Oh, hello everyone, I'm Jordan the Wizard, and today we are testing the brand new Walker update. I'm signed in as me. I am KPM right now, but so anyone in the Kingdom Monarchy should have this permission. Obviously, it's the KGMR job, so I'm just doing a demo with their permission. We're going to go over here to the admin tasks. Scroll down, there's a brand new section. It's called tests. Ooh, question marks. That is a lot of information. Okay, this is some critical information. They want you to know the tests are opt-in per kingdom. You have to turn this on. It is not automatically on. There are 3 different steps here. 1, you have to turn the test on. Basically say, okay, the test is now alive for the kingdom. And then you have to set up or run the test. Set the settings, questions, versions, publishing. And finally, someone has to take the test. Any logged-in player can take the test. But the GMR cannot by default turn the test on. So they can set it up, but they can't turn it on. So you do need to work as a team, but that's fine because this is a team game. In order to turn the tests on and off, you go to the kingdom page, you click admin, and then you go over here to configuration and you say, yeah, let's use those tests. And then you hit save. Even though I just hit save, that doesn't change anything for the average player because we do not have a test configured. This is a lot of very good information that you guys should definitely read through, especially if you're setting it up. I'm going to just skip through and show you how to set it up. So the first step, we need to go into configuring tests. You need to do this if it's your first time, and if you want to make any relevant changes, best to just start. Okay, scoring, questions per test. We are literally going to be doing a sample. So we're just setting up the Reeves test right now. Days from passing. Nice. 180 days is your average, is 3 months, so 183 gives it a little bit. Max retakes. If I set it to 1, then you're stuck, but if I leave it at 0, that's unlimited. Display correct answer on incorrect. Yeah, totally, go do that. Optional instructions. This test is open book. Rules of play version. Opt in to share questions. We are going to leave this off because this is just a test. Save settings. Let's add a question. We are going to be using the questions from our GMR's test, the question text. You can have this as just plain text and just direct copy paste a whole bunch of things into, let's see. You can have plain text and just copy paste a whole bunch of things, but we're just going to do 2. True, false. A player with a wounded leg may hobble as long as there are no living enemies within 20 feet. This is true. Save and add another. Great. This question will be added to the draft version 1. It will not appear until you publish. True or false. If you are unsure if your opponent's shot was good enough and you have to think about it, you don't have to take the shot. Ouch. Okay. Ta-da, we have 2 questions. Done. You are building the first version of this test. Nothing is live until you publish it. Players cannot take the test yet, even if the kingdom has switched it on. Add questions at your own pace. This is the soupy version of the rules. So we're just going to write soupy. Since this is a sample, but I'm still going to publish it so we can finish going through, I'm going to change days from passing to 1 day. Test draws 2 at random, requires 70% to pass, valid for 1 day. Perfect. Ooh. Questions per test. I've only put in 2 questions, but if I say 1, then it will give you one of these randomly. It won't give you both of them. So I can add in like 25 questions here and then say, okay, give it 10 questions, and it will just shuffle them and put them in randomly. That's fantastic. Ooh, here's the bulk import button. So if I have a bunch of text, I can just mass copy paste. This asterisk is going to indicate to my program which one of these is correct. And let's see, parse and preview. That's giving me an error because I had an extra line in there. There we go. Questions ready to import. Import 1 question. Let's add a new question in here. All right. Import 1 questions. Import another batch, close and reload. Now we have 3 questions. Hooray! All right. Let's publish this. Anyone who is in my kingdom, I'm very sorry. If this shows up for you and you take it, it's only going to be valid for 1 day, and then I will be turning it off. So anyway, we've hit publish, and over there in the kingdom page, we've turned it on. Hey, now we have results buttons. All right, we're going to go over to me, and we're going to take a test. Jump on over to my profile page, scroll down, qualifications. No, take a test. Let's take a test. There is no Corpora test, so it's just going to be like, hey, by the way, you can't do that. This test is open book. I just did this. Wow, it's correct. Wait, it shows me that it's correct. Oh, it shows me correct as soon as I've pressed the button. I can't go back and change it if it's wrong. Hooray! I've passed. That's valid until tomorrow. Ta-da! Then we can go over here. Admin tasks. Reeve's test results. Look, one person has taken this quest. It was me. And they got 100%. Amazing! I just built the test and then I managed to succeed. You can sort by fast or failed. Look, only 3% of our active players are qualified because I haven't told anyone this exists, and I'm going to be turning it off very soon. So now finally the last thing we have to do is turn this silly test that I have set together off. Ooh, start next version. This copies the current live questions into a new draft. The live test keeps running unchanged until you publish. Love that for me. One more thing, you can add test managers. So if you have someone who knows the Corpora back and front and you do not want to have to deal with this, which is pretty valid, Corporas are exciting documents, you can just add them in here. Like I'm going to add Duranda. Whoop! Isn't that great? I'm going to remove me because I don't actually need this power. Fun fact, I don't know if you can actually disable a test once you've put it together. This is probably partly so that people do not get interrupted as they're taking the test. You can't turn off someone's ability to take the test. Since we're actually not ready for this yet, I'm just going to switch that to no. And we have gone back to turning the tests off. Scroll down here. And there is no cute little button allowing me to take the test. And that's it. That's how you do it. It's super easy, super fast. And I'm so excited that the Amtgard ork has this new capabilities. I'm Duranda the Wizard, signing off. Bye!